Hi everyone. So I'm really starting to lose the light now. I'm really sorry I had to take everything off my camera. You're going to see me in a lot of videos in this outfit, and you're going to see kind of the light change. And basically the explanation is I'm trying to get as many videos as I can done before Christmas. It's now the kind of around the beginning of December. With stuff coming up and with work and everything, work will get quite busy, and the evenings are just going to be gone, you know yourself. So I'm just not going to get a chance to do very many videos, so I'm trying to get a good few of them done at the minute so that I can be uploading them over kind of the month. So yeah, I'm on video lockdown at the minute. So yeah, I probably have another maybe 5 left to go as well, so you could see anything up to about 10 videos when we were in the same clothes. I'm really sorry, but at least they're there. Yeah, so this is a tag, and I was tagged by Tousled Kitten, or Tousled Kitten, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but she's a beautiful, lovely girl. I met her through Twitter, and she's a YouTube and everything, so I'll link everything below. But basically I asked on Twitter, I said I'm going to do a load of videos during the week, can anybody recommend any to do? And she says, why don't you do the YouTube, maybe do it tag, and tag her back. So I tag you back. So yeah, basically I've looked at a few of these on YouTube, and I can't really, there's no set questions or rules or anything to this tag, so I'm just going to do it the way I interpreted it, as in, if I hadn't have been on YouTube, what are the products I wouldn't buy? And to be honest, it does apply to the majority of my collection. I would never have heard of the likes of MUA, I would never have been convinced to buy the likes of Chanel, I wouldn't have heard of things like sleep rollers. You know, if it wasn't for YouTube and blogging and everything like that, I wouldn't have heard of the majority of the things I have. So it's basically to blame for most of my poorness. The people who I'm going to blame are the first 2 YouTubers I really followed. The first one was Vintage or Tacky. Basically what happened was I went online looking to find out how to get my hair from black to looking to find out how to get my hair from black to blonde, which clearly was never going to happen. But it brought me onto Vintage or Tacky's channel because her hair was purple and pink and everything. I was like, oh, how do you get that? And she'd black underneath. So then I watched all of her videos, and that's Cora from Vintage or Tacky. I'll link that below. And then from there I started YouTube and kind of searching YouTube for different things, and I think I discovered Elf and all that, and then I found Emily's channel. She's Beauty Broadcast, and she's also amazing, so I'll link her below. And they are the 2 YouTubers that kind of got the ball rolling. Then from there I discovered blogs, and then of course I started my own, and then I ended up on YouTube. So that's the way it happened. So yeah, the way I interpreted this tag was to kind of pick a couple of products that you would never have bought if you hadn't have seen them or heard of them through YouTube. So I'm going to start off with Sleek. I had never heard of Sleek before a day in my life, so I've picked Sleek palettes. Yeah, I'd never heard of Sleek. Now I own quite a bit of Sleek, and it is a fantastic brand. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Sleek. That's my favourite palette. It's the Au Naturel palette. Also, that's another thing. When I started YouTube, I would only wear greens, I would wear purples, I would wear blues. You would not catch me in a brown. And now it's completely the opposite. I'm a neutrals girl. I will wear matte colours when I feel like it, but most of the time it is neutrals. So it's another thing that YouTube made me do. But yeah, Sleek is a brand that I would never have heard of. I'm just going to put something. I'm getting a bit cold, so I'm going to take out the old fluffy foot warmer and put that on. A day sitting on your ass talking to a video will do that to you. Yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is quite an obvious one. It was the reason I got onto YouTube at the beginning, was hair colour, and I would never have heard of L'Oreal Technique Excellence High Colour Highlights for dark hair only in magenta, which is the hair colour I have at the moment. You can't really see it in this light as well as you could earlier on in the day, but I have YouTube to thank for this. I am a serial hair dyer, so YouTube has been great to find out how to get my hair the way I wanted, because I'm completely hairdresser phobic. And so to get my hair the way I wanted myself, YouTube has been a fantastic help. So high colour highlights, they are something I would never have heard of if it wasn't for YouTube. Next is Wet n Wild. Now I had heard of Wet n Wild, but I had never been, I think I actually bought Wet n Wild stuff the first time I was in America, but I hadn't a clue what it was, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Wet n Wild. This is basically down to Emily from Beauty Broadcast because she loves Wet n Wild, and so I had to buy a few things. So yeah, Wet n Wild, especially these 8-pan palettes, they're really, really good. And yeah, they have such good stuff. I have lipsticks, I have nail polishes, but mostly their eyeshadows are amazing. Let me see. MAC paint pots. I would never have picked up a MAC paint pot. Now, to be fair, I only have one left because I've fallen for this one, but I have bought more of them. So I'm actually going to come in close to the camera because the lighting is so dire. Yeah, so MAC paint pots. This is Bare Study and it is my favourite one. I have tried other ones, but I always go back to Bare Study. So yeah, MAC paint pots. NYX. I would never have heard in a million years of NYX if it wasn't for YouTube, especially specifically the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in white, and this is down to Cora from Vintage or Tacky. She was the first one I ever heard talk about them. Now I have a little stack of melted out NYX eye pencils. I love their blushes, I love their eyeshadows. NYX is a really, really good brand, and because it's not available over here I would never have heard of it, only for YouTube. So thank you, YouTube. Also, I've been in America 4 times now and I've yet to see a NYX stand, so that's saying something as well. The Naked palette. This is, as it says, neutrals. I would never have bought this or loved this as much as I love it if it wasn't for YouTube and watching tutorials on how to do like neutral looks. And that you can make browns look pretty, and that you can make your eye look really nice with just creams and stuff like that. So I had this warped mentality that you didn't have your eyeshadow done unless you could see your eyeshadow, if that makes any sense. So yeah, the Naked palette. Also, I probably would have skipped the Naked palette if everybody on YouTube hadn't been raving about it. So yeah, the Naked palette. These little doodads. Now, I wouldn't have heard of MUA only for YouTube and blogging as well, but these specifically, I had bought a load of MUA single eyeshadows, and I had bought a Z palette to put them in. Also Z palettes, I would never have known about them. But then I seen on YouTube a video which I will link below for these, and I had looked at these on eBay as well. So, but they are little pans off of eBay that you can fit your MUA single eyeshadows into. So yeah, they are really handy, and I was wondering would they fit, and I had contacted MUA and they kind of said no, but then I seen a girl on YouTube actually putting them in, so I was like, yay, they do fit, so I picked them up. Let me see. The next thing I have down is ELF, basically anything from ELF. I have so much ELF stuff. Eyes, lips, face. Would never in a million years have heard of them only for YouTube and blogging. My Chanel bronzer, there's not a hope in hell I would have bought this only for YouTube because of the colour of it and the price of it, but everybody on YouTube raved about it. I've seen it used, I've seen the texture, I've seen how lovely it made skin look, so I bought it, and it's purely down to YouTube. Because even in blogs, I still would have been wary picking it up in blogs. But seeing it in action on YouTube, that's what kind of pinched it for me. And then the last thing I wouldn't have bought, I'm actually going to grab one of them over here, only for seeing people's gorgeous makeup collections, is Perspex storage. I was never in a million years bothered buying Perspex storage, but it looks so good on other people's collections, so I had to pick that up. So yeah, Perspex storage. And that is kind of it. There's loads. I could go on. I could pull everything out of my collection and say, YouTube made me do this, YouTube made me do this. So yeah, there's so much, but they are the main things that YouTube made me do. Yeah, so I tagged Tassel Kitten, go and do this tag now. So and I tag everybody else who wants to do it as well. Should just kind of take your own spin on it like I did. You don't have to do it exactly the way I did, but yeah, whatever YouTube made you do the tag. Thanks a million, guys. I'll see you in the next one.